Hi, let's factor this expression here. So 4x squared minus 3x. The GCF, the greatest common factor of 4x squared and negative 3x is x. Okay? So if you don't remember or if you don't know how to find GCF of monomials, go back to video number 3. So number 3 explains how we get GCF of monomials. So again, the greatest common factor of this term and this term is x. So one factor is x. This factor is here. Remember, we are factoring expressions. We are transforming subtractions and addition into multiplication. So one factor is this one here. So we need to get a second factor. So this number times this number here, second factor. So what goes inside? We find what goes inside by dividing this first term by this factor and the second term here, or this term, by this factor. We can either use mental math to divide, or you can perform this division over here. So let me divide 4x squared by x first. So 4x squared divided by x equals 4x. Okay? When the base is the same, we subtract exponent. 2 minus 1 equals 1. So 4x squared divided by x equals 4x. So the first number that goes inside this factor is 4x. Now we need to divide this term by this one here. We can divide mentally, or if you prefer, we can solve here apart. So negative 3x divided by x equals negative 3. Okay? Negative 3x divided by x, we cancel out these two x's here. We have left negative 3. So the second number that goes inside this factor is negative 3. If we want to check if our simplification, if our factorization is okay, we use distributive property. If we get the original expression, our simplification is okay. Check with me. X times 4x is 4x squared. Okay. And x times negative 3, negative 3x. So our simplification, our factorization is okay. Now, let's jump to example number 2. Now let's factor this trinomial, this polynomial with 3 terms. The GCF of these 3 monomials, the GCF, the greatest common factor of 10y cubed, 20y, and 5 is 5. Okay? So the GCF is 5. So one factor was found, is 5. Now we need to find the second factor. So this number times this big number here. This factor times this factor, factorization. How we get these numbers? We divide this term by this term by this factor, and this factor by this factor. Okay? Again, you can solve, or you can divide mentally, or if you prefer, let's work. So this term divided by this is 10y cubed divided by 5 equals 2y cubed. Okay? 10 divided by 5 is 2, and y cubed goes there. So the first number that goes inside this factor is 2y cubed. Now we need to divide 20y by this factor. 20y divided by 5 equals 4y. Okay, 20y divided by 5 equals 4y. Second number is 4y. And now this division is simple. Negative 5 divided by 5 equals negative 1. Negative 1. Okay? So we've just factored this trinomial. The factorization of this trinomial is this factor times this factor here. Let's check if our simplification is okay. By using distributive property, we need to get the original expression. Check with me. 5 times 2y cubed, 10y cubed. Okay. 5 times 4y equals 20y. Okay. And 5 times negative 1, negative 5. So our simplification, our factorization is okay. Now, let's go to example number 3, the last example for this lesson. Okay? Number 3, example number 3. Now let's factor this trinomial, this polynomial with 3 terms. So the GCF of 8x to the 4th, 4x cubed, and negative 2x squared is 2x squared. So one factor is here, is 2x squared, because the GCF of this monomial, and this monomial is 2x squared. Okay? Remember, if you don't remember how to find GCF of monomials, video number 3. So the first factor is here, 2x squared. Now we need to find what goes inside this second factor. First factor times second factor, factorization. 8x to the 4th. We need to divide this term by this term by this, and this term by this. Okay? So 8x to the 4th divided by 2x squared equals 4x squared. Okay? 8 divided by 2, 4. And remember, when the base is the same, we subtract exponent in the division. 4 minus 2, 2. So the first term that goes inside this factor is 4x squared. Now let's divide this middle term by this first factor. 4x cubed divided by 2x squared equals 2x. Okay? Check with me. 4 divided by 2, 2. When the base is the same and division, we subtract exponent. 3 minus 2 equals 1. So the number that goes inside is 2x. And finally, let's divide this term by this one here. Negative 2x squared divided by 2x squared equals negative 1. Okay? Negative 1. So the last term that goes inside this factor is negative 1. Let's check if our factorization is okay using distributive property. 2x squared times 4x squared, 8x to the 4th. Checks. 2x squared times 2x, 4x cubed. Okay. And 2x squared times negative 1, negative 2x squared. Okay? So our simplification, our factorization is okay. Now I want to go to a list of exercises, and I want to solve exercises from number 33 to number 50 in order to practice factorization by GCF. Okay?